Hello world, Seghter here. Welcome back to my video logging series on the road with Seghter. Welcome back to my commute on this wonderful, idyllic road. Okay. What's this? What's this stupid angle and this stupid camera thing? Okay. Slightly better. Not by much, but okay. So, fresh off Sony State of Play, PlayStation State of Play, talking about God of War, Laufey, if we are Icelandic, or Laufey if we are American, I think. English speaking, nevertheless, you see the wonderful kettle, free of any kind of owner. It's a very interesting, very ambitious game. However, it will not go down well with the traditionalist gamer audience, because you may have the modern gaming audience, okay, which is not the truest thing to reality that there is, because there's a lot of bad propaganda, there's a lot of victimization, defeatism, victim complex, just everyone is just a weakling who cannot defend their family, and sort of gaming journalism that is being conducted is very deleterious to the whole thing, because we are training to become victims, to become weaklings, to become shits who cannot defend their own loved. And that's a big deal. It's a huge deal. I am against toxic masculinity, in the sense that I'm against bullying, I'm against violence against women, I'm against talking down people, I'm against being the physically stronger guy and shitting on others. Yeah, I'm against that, okay? That is not even manhood to begin with, but just bratty behavior taken to the extreme. Okay? However, I'm not against making men effeminate. No, we have our duties to defend. If we do not defend, if we do not ensure that the children and the women are safe, we have failed as a society. Okay? There's no getting around it. There is no policy. Who comes? Who comes? I come, you come. Which comes? I came, I saw, I conquered. I conquered, I came, I saw, I conquered. I saw, I came. Jesus Christ. Okay. So basically, what is of utmost importance is that no policy, no creed, no law, nothing at all can come before the safety of your own family, before the safety of your loved ones. This is preposterous. No matter how right-wing or left-wing you are, we don't give a shit about that. Because the first and foremost thing is the safety of your family. And the safety of your family extends to the group of people which you are part of. Okay? I'm sorry to tell that, but states cannot shift in terms of population because it messes up the balance that kept that society functional. You cannot bring in people, foreigners, who have nothing in common in terms of values and morals with you, and expect it to be a good day. No, sooner or later, that thing will backfire, and it will backfire spectacularly. This portion of the road has been repaired, but it is so pathetically bad. It's once again messed up. Okay. God of War Laufey. God of War Laufey. God of War Laufey. It's basically God of War 2 with different characters, of course. You play as Faye. But sort of, you know, another that's taken the beautiful, the wonderful sight of the mountains, the Misty Mountains. The Misty Mountains are something else. God of War Laufey is a very interesting thing. Laufey is actually an Icelandic given name. The ending, the A, is basically, if you are to call someone Julieta, for example, and the eta at the end, or the ette, Juliette is the female ending, and Lauf comes from Lauf, which is a cognate of the word leaf. Okay. In German it is Laub, I think. The idea is from the European Laub, to break off. We saw the traffic dog over there. And this is the main issue. You can go the 007 route. 007 first light route. You don't have to be a misogynistic piece of shit treating women like dirt or taking advantage of them, okay? But at the same time, that doesn't mean you can't be a man. And that's the beauty of it. Because being a gentleman is not being effeminate, but being a gentleman is not being a hammer that crushes everything in its path. It's a fine balance, and I wanted to watch a video of someone on the internet claiming that 007 First Light is a is a negotiation with modern politics. It's not catering to them. It's not bargaining to them. It is simply a negotiation, because if you look at character designs and what Bond is really like in the video game, he is suave. He is womanized, but he is not only. He's not mainly just that, but he is that. lesson on what works. Basically, you take manhood and you basically dust it off. You basically, it's like having a haircut, getting your nails done, clipping your nails, not painting them. But you can paint them if you are a heavy metal artist. You can paint them. Okay? That's real manhood, not bratty behavior, a lot of reckless behavior, a lot treating, not putting others down. And that's the beauty of it, because if you put women down, you will put others down. You never can fathom women as being not human, and violence or immoral behavior being allowed against women and to be considered a good person overall, because you're not. You cannot fool anyone. Okay? God of War Laufey will suffer from this. Sadly, it will suffer from this. I can see it coming from the moon. The writing is on the wall. The hallmarks are all there. And of course, it brings in the abilities of Faye, it brings in a new setting, it brings in the cube, it brings in I strongly suggest that you watch the video. Holy macaroni. Just so what happened to the road. So the solution is to stick something and to signal the fact that it's broken, but you have to paint it red, you have to tie some things to it, because it's not going to work that well when you're traveling at speed, or you get some heavy rain or various other things. Will I play the video game? Yes, I will. I don't really know about the day one purchase. However, the controller may be really nice, what they come up with, because the theme is sort of light purple. It's not my favorite shade of purple by any means, but if the controller plays around with shades of purple and sort of a purple northern lights being implemented in terms of design, that could be really interesting. By the way, I have not bought the 007 First Light controller just yet because I'm out of money. The whole thing, the whole 007 First Light situation for me was very interesting, and I was lucky. And I would like to thank Alexander for this. It was a purchase, but it was a different kind of purchase, not at market price. And I won't elaborate further, but it's a miracle that I can upload 007 First Light gameplay to my channel, because going overboard in buying Forza Horizon 6 Premium Edition has been ruining my finances. But this is about it. This is the only complaint that I have is the price. I know that games used to be much more expensive than they are today. Games are not expensive. It used to be $100 and $120 back in 93, 94, 96. Games used to be very expensive, and games nowadays are very expensive to make. And they are worth every penny. However, what this translates into is the fact that people may not like the video game God of War Laufey because they don't like Fee, or they don't like the setting because it's too bright, it's too colorful, it has cute characters, it has the cute little thing going around you, making rounds around you, and it has the cube, and it's a sort of mix between Portal and various other things. However, what I strongly believe is that Santa Monica is knees deep into the production of the next God of War. And they had a choice, and they understood that it will make no sense to release God of War in ancient Egypt now on this console generation. And first and foremost, what I strongly believe is that this is going to be a launch title for the PlayStation 6. And in 2 years' time, main point is basically that people will not play the video game due to the fact that it has a female protagonist. The setting, it doesn't work in its favor. It's a great setting. Yes, I agree. Great imaginative powers were employed in crafting this world. However, I think that my eyes are on the bigger prize, which is the next big thing in the God of War franchise. Well, up next, I will talk about Wolverine, because Wolverine is shaping up to be really good, really good, and it clicks the traditionalist gamer buttons. It presses the right buttons. However, it may not cater to the modern audience or the gaming journalists, but that's no big deal because gaming journalists are irrelevant as a whole. I don't need anyone to interpret what I play, okay? I can make up my own set of values, my own opinion. I don't need anyone to moderate what I'm supposed to think, how am I supposed to feel about something, because I already do it by myself. I don't need any help. And also, in another video, I will talk about 007 First Light, which is a work of art, which is a really nice game. I'm at the fifth or sixth mission, actually, main mission. But I'm already at almost 13 hours of gameplay. People mentioned that the game was a maximum of 20 hours or something like that, but I'm pretty sure I can stretch it out even further. There are a couple of challenges that you need to overcome and fulfill in order to be rewarded exclusive outfits in the video game, which you can employ in the taxi mode. However, the main issue with 007 First Light is a technical issue, and the technical issue is that textures don't always, and by mentioning that don't always, I mean it's almost never do load properly, and this has to be a texture streaming issue, but they need to polish things out and really make things click together from a technical standpoint. And also, the loading times after deaths are very long, unacceptably long. They need to fix things. The faster, the better. However, otherwise, yeah, the game could do with a bit more interaction to objects and upping the NPC quality, because if you watch closely, there are two quality presets, two detail presets which apply to 007 First Light. When you watch from afar, characters aren't that detailed, but from up close, they have some of the best facial animations in any video game. Very high level of detail. Yeah, not outrageously high, like in Red Dead Redemption or GTA 6 or Ghost of Yoti, but very good. Superb quality detail. And that's my main gripe with 007 First Light. However, Laufey, of course, will be a nice game. The next God of War will be a very good game, very wonderful. And I'm looking forward to playing it. I don't know if this is going to be this year or the next year. It really depends on how they will release the PlayStation 6. If they release it in 2027, it's going to be this year. If they release it in 2028, I think the game is going to be released the next year, because they have to stagger the releases to make it worthwhile playing. Too many releases over a too short of a time span is the recipe for disaster. This has been it for the time being. Thanks for watching.